じゃあ、小野さん、リンクをチャットでいただけますか？
ちょっと待ってね、今ね、これ、
はい、もうスタートしてるのかな？
スタートしてるはずですね。これです。ちょっと待ってください。はい。はいはい。はい。はいはい。今お送りしました。
はい。届かないですね。
あ、今動かないですよ、これ。
チャットにリンクが来ないですね。
ちょっと待ってね。もう一回送ります。ちょっと待ってください。今もう一回送ります。言ったことになってますけどね。おかしいな。
あれ？
自分からグラハム・ケネディさんになってますね、これ。ちょっと待ってね。すべてのパネリストに送ります。ごめんなさい。
はい。
はい。
ありがとうございます。I've got and I'm meeting now.
Okay, another 1 minute. I just shared the YouTube link to AG. AG is going to share with the RICOH people, right? Graham, do you hear me? Graham, do you hear me? I don't hear you. I don't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
I hear you.
Okay, very good. I hear you well. Thank you.
Okay, now it's 5 o'clock. Let me start. 皆様、こんにちは。大野です。金曜日の夕方、リコーのウェブナーに、ご参加いただきましてありがとうございます。では、ここから、スピーカーが今日は、英国人のグラハム・ケネディさんなので、英語でやらせていただきます。So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining RICOH's webinar. So, we're talking about the new inkjet head, Thinfilm, and maybe the successor of one of the bestseller Gen 5. Now it is unofficially called Gen 6. It's excellent head. So it's a Friday evening, Japan at least. I don't know what time. It's a morning, right, Graham?
Yeah, it's morning here in London.
Okay. Sorry for that. It is a little bit too early for you to
not at all.
Start this kind of things.
Oh, yes. too early for this kind of stuff, for sure.
Yeah. Right after this session, I will start immediately. It's a Friday evening already. It's nice.
Okay. Well,
so
I wait for another opportunity to join you.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So now I think it's time for you to start your presentation. You're talking about new Thinfilm inkjet head by RICOH, and also their successor to bestseller Gen 5 inkjet head. So Graham, please start.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Good evening to everyone in Japan. Good morning, good afternoon to anyone wherever else you might be in the world. Thank you for joining. Welcome to this RICOH session at Ono-san's virtual Messe. So I'm going to be talking to you today about RICOH's industrial print business, specifically about two exciting new printhead additions to the RICOH portfolio. But first, some background to our industrial print philosophy. So let's get started. There's a picture on the screen here. Oh no, do you know this place?
Yeah, I visited here. It should be RICOH Telford, RICOH UK in Telford, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I visited 1986.
Oh, before I was born.
Really?
No, not
Yeah.
really. A long
Actually,
time, a long time ago.
yeah, actually, I visited this site. At that time, every Japanese company has invitation to have a factory or R&D site somewhere in Europe. And UK and Germany, two countries are very active to invite Japanese companies. And finally, my former company, the Konica, has established a factory in North Germany near Hamburg. It's a Lüneburg. But before that, I visited the player already in Europe, like RICOH in Telford and Canon in Bretagne or something, to have a look at how they are doing well. And with RICOH, at least I have seen this from outside. But at that time, it was
but yeah.
maybe a
It
little bit small.
seems like it was a long time ago, and things have changed a lot in 30 years. But you're absolutely right. This is our Telford UK-based campus. It is RICOH's largest factory facility in Europe, and it performs many functions today. So it's a toner production facility. It houses our build to order factory for high volume commercial printing toner engines, and there's product remanufacturing ongoing here also. It's the home to it's the home to our European Customer Experience Center, or CEC, where we can demonstrate our complete end-to-end solutions across our portfolio of toner and inkjet based products, right from the small DTG engines right up to the big high-speed continuous feed inkjet lines.
That's good.
It's home to our additive manufacturing 3D development center, but more importantly for today, it's home to our European inkjet support laboratories. I think you can see, or you can hear how impressive this is, that it's obviously changed maybe a lot since you visited back in the 1980s. And maybe there's an opportunity for you to visit us again in the future, when of course there will always be a warm welcome.
I would love to. After your Corona situation is settled, I would love to visit there. Yes. Thank you.
We look forward to that.
Sure.
Okay. But I'd like to start actually by sharing our vision for industrial printing. I think it's nice and simple. RICOH's aim is really to become a go-to company for digital transformation in predominantly analog industrial printing and coating processes. I think in today's fragmented supply chain, we want to be a one-stop shop for application development using inkjet as a source technology. And I really think by doing this, our ultimate goal is to reduce both the time and the risk for our customers between innovation and the market. And I really believe that this is our biggest USP and advantage. I think over the last few years, our journey has taught us a lot. One of the biggest factors in our growth and our success is how we've been able to bring our production and our engineering skills closer to the customers, and in particular here in Europe, using this Telford site and a customer experience center.
Good.
So I think to be a market leader, of course, you need world-class products. Printheads, components, other things, but you also need, a support infrastructure. With
definitely.
expertise in areas like mechanical, electrical, chemical engineering to assist with the development and nurturing of customer applications. And this is exactly what we have here in Telford to support our European customers and partners.
That's good. Very good.
Yeah. Makes sense?
Yeah, makes sense because I have an experience. As you know, that I once worked for Konica Minolta, and Konica has inkjet head division, head business. And the same time that we had, Konica had Messenger is a textile printer, and also KM1 for the offset-like level high image quality printer. So not just selling a head, but also have experience to develop a total printer at a very high level,
Yeah,
and
very critical.
internally that we can share that experience, so that it's yeah, similar situation like RICOH.
Very important.
Yeah,
Sure.
and you are in UK. It's that covers whole Europe. It is good idea. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. So I think the majority of our potential markets are still analog. So they are yet to experience the transition that we have seen over the last 20 years in office, display, and the commercial segments. But I think it's clear from the events that I go to, the seminars that I attend, the customers I talk to, that the digital printing, digital inkjet printing is going to disrupt industrial manufacturing, in textile, in wall covering, flooring, and other verticals, in the same way that we've seen in commercial printing. But there will be an even greater need to assist these markets with their accelerated transition.
Yeah.
Maybe, Ono-san, are there any other markets that you see on the tipping point of this analog to digital transition?
Yeah, analog to digital transition. Okay, in the past, okay, let's say, yeah, camera from analog to digital, and also music from the vinyl record to something. So I think the digital override disrupt the old supply chains and also technology. I think not exactly the same, but similar thing is happening in every sector. And once they get started, I think reasonably we cannot stop that. I think printing world, I think it is right. Yes.
No, we can't stop it. You're right. And actually, in a strange way, COVID, which has stopped the rest of the world, the COVID crisis has actually been a catalyst for some of this acceleration.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Many of the R&D teams that we talk to, that we deal with, that we support, they've been on lockdown in the lab. So they've been able to focus intently on their work without the everyday distractions of normal business. So I would likely predict that many projects could be expected to come to market ahead of schedule now, over the coming 6 to 12 months, because of R&D teams being able to focus on much of their activity.
That's quite positive. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's discuss later.
I don't think there are many positives to come out of COVID, but certainly this might be one small positive.
Okay. Yeah, let's discuss this later. Okay.
Yeah,
good.
indeed. Okay, so let's move on. I think maybe there's I see and I hear often that there's maybe a common misunderstanding in technology advances for industrial printing. Maybe everything is bigger, is faster, enables better image quality, could be less expensive. I often find that the reality is that it might be none of these. So as a key supplier to these transitioning markets, we need to help to identify these other advantages. And we look for these in two areas. Firstly, we look upstream, where digital inkjet can offer the process efficiencies to improve the bottom line, maybe in terms of cost and time savings. But then we have to look downstream as well, where technology can add value to the finished product in terms of diversification. Maybe ideally, of course, we want to do and deliver both.
Good.
And I think from an inkjet perspective, the key differentiator is often fluid related, and then finding a performance or a value with that fluid to justify the process transition. So chemical functionality is one of the key drivers. And in varying applications, this can include the addition of functionality, maybe embossing, haptic textures, conductivity, traceability, sustainability. And I think this is for sure where the versatility of Printhead ink compatibility is critical. And we'll come on to that a little bit later.
Right. Good.
So maybe if we take a look at one of our most important technologies,
Mm-hmm.
the Printhead. Of course, we have many benefits that we can deliver to customers here, but we don't approach our customers on the basis of printing or with a clear definition of what we might think we want to sell them. Instead, we engage, we explore the opportunities that our customers have in their industry by digitizing processes, and then we see how we can interface with them to drive these opportunities. But this, of course, it is only made possible by having a wide portfolio of technology. With a broad range of capability as well, which of course our portfolio in Printheads delivers. So I think whether the requirement on the customer side is to use UV or solvent or aqueous inks, whether it's high or low viscosity, whether the application is scanning or single pass, small or large drop, binary or grayscale. I think RICOH believe that we have the solution to meet all of our potential customer needs.
Cover everything.
We hope so. We try to.
Yeah.
So I think instead of starting with a product, we start with the customer end goal, and then we work backwards towards what solution can make that goal possible with the minimum amount of risk. And that's really important, trying to de-risk the customer investment in their transition. So let's take a look at that range. So here we have
so many variations.
so many. Well, actually, on the left you have some legacy product. Some product that actually we don't sell to new customers anymore, but are still in the market in
spare
many
parts.
products that are in spare parts, but because they're so robust, they last such a long time. And we have to keep supplying those printers and keeping those printers active. So we have those legacy products at the left, and existing technology to the right, with the MH5300 MF or Gen 5F, as you might know it, until recently being the latest innovation from RICOH to the market. However, today we're looking to introduce two new printhead technologies at the high end of our performance scale. There's the MH5320, 5340 bulk piezo model, and the new MEMS offering, the TH5241 thin film head. Which is important for to today's markets for sure. So let's start today with the MH5300 series, or as you rightly say, Ono-san, Gen 6. As it might commonly be called in the market. I don't think this will look too dissimilar to you than a predecessor. It's very similar in its architecture to the predecessor Gen 5, but it delivers some key performance benefits.
Improved
in addition, absolutely some improvements. So we've got better ink compatibility. We have better image quality. We have higher print speed, and we have a more robust nozzle plate. If we look at each of those in a little more detail, we'll start with ink compatibility. The latest MH5300 series has more than twice the resistance to water-based ink than its predecessor, and it does this by adopting a new construction method and proprietary bonding adhesives. And this really allows the 5300 series to extend its life expectancy and be the ideal solution for a wide range of applications, including textile, decor, and many more at the same time.
Good.
Okay, then if we look at excuse me, water repellency, the 5300 series has a new water repellency treatment, which again is more than twice as durable as its predecessor. Repeated twice as
that's great
durable,
number.
against wiping. And this, as you know, ensures stable print quality and high performance over long periods of time.
Okay.
In industrial environments. Next, we'll take a look at image quality. And I think by combining improvements in both drop velocity variation, where you can see on the slide a 50% improvement, and jetting straightness, which also has an impressive 30% improvement. The smaller 5 picoliter drop size of MH5300 series can be ejected to far more accurate positioning. Okay, and this is increasingly important in many of today's high-speed, high-quality applications, and is a key characteristic driving adoption of this printhead.
Definitely.
And also, I think that the smaller drop size of 5 picoliters is also contributing to high image quality, allowing smoother gradation with less graininess. So I think combined, the MH5300 series really does offer improved quality, image quality benefits.
Okay.
And then finally, we look at higher productivity or higher print speed being able to be achieved using this head. Increased firing frequency capabilities, 50 kilohertz at grayscale at 4 gray levels, which gives in excess of 100 meters a minute linear speed. These are easily achievable, and that's a huge 45% productivity gain on its predecessor.
45 is a good achievement.
Which is massive in today's environment, because Gen 5 was very productive in its own right, but being able to improve the productivity to these levels will really give huge advantages to those customers adopting this technology.
Okay.
So I think,
yeah, Graham, just hold on, please. I will encourage the audience to raise a question. Okay, right now, or maybe we can answer later.
I think we'll have some time at the end for questions.
Yeah, dear audience, if you have any question at this point of time, you can just click the Q&A and send a message. Then Graham and maybe RICOH people will answer later in this session. Okay. in Japanese 皆様もし質問がございましたら、下の方に Q&A のボタンがありますので、そこから、クリックをして質問などをお願いします。Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Great. So maybe just to conclude on the 5300 series, I think that the features that we've highlighted here, I think really enable both RICOH and our customers to push the boundaries of what's possible with our printheads in textile, in label, in packaging, decor, product decoration, and many other application areas.
Okay, good. Yeah, Graham, may I have one very simple question at this point of time? Yeah, I often had experience similar things. When we have good product and then the successor comes, then customer immediately asks me, is it upgradable? So we have now Gen 1. You are now offering Gen 2. Do you think it is easy to switch from my current printhead to your new printhead?
Well, it's a great question and one that we consider a lot in the design of our new printhead technology for sure. So you will see that actually the architecture of this new head is identical to that of its predecessor. So if you're housing it putting it into a mount, putting it into a bar, into a shuttle, the dimensions are identical.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It can be driven from the same drive electronics.
Oh, okay. That is
maybe some tweaks in waveform, but that's not so difficult because we offer all customers waveform support from our lab. So the transition from 5 to 6 should be very straightforward, but offer huge benefits.
That's a great news for the customer of existing customer of Gen 5 because that is a bestseller. Yeah, good. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so that was the 5300 series MH bulk piezo. Next, I think we move on to a brand new type of printhead. This is RICOH's very first thin film MEMS printhead, the TH5241. I think we'll take a look at the features shortly, but let's first take a look at a short promotional video, which I think is going to start any moment. So enjoy this for the next minute or so, and I'll be back in a moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, I get carried away with that music sometimes. Playing the drums here on my keyboard. So what do you think, Ono-san?
It's great. Yeah. Looks very compact.
We got some background music there that we need to. Maybe Dirk, can you turn the music off?
It's nice time for me to listen with a glass of champagne.
Thank you, Dirk.
Okay.
So, but it looks impressive, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, yeah. I think certainly we're very excited about this head.
Yeah,
and I think maybe the first thing you notice about it is that physically this is a small, compact printhead. Yeah, but small is beautiful, right?
Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes. In this case, small is definitely beautiful.
All right. Okay.
So yeah, in the case of this TH Thinfilm 5421, small also delivers a lot more. So in addition to being compact, I think there are 1, 2, 3 major features that deliver big benefits. The first feature is that it supports high image quality. Secondly, that it's highly productive. And the third feature, as with all of RICOH's printheads, is about ink flexibility. So it has high ink compatibility and can handle, all UV, water-based, and solvent inks, as you would expect, with the rest of our portfolio.
Okay.
So again, we'll take a look at each of those in a little more detail. And the first of those features is the high definition printing capability.
It's a native 1200 dpi. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So with this technology, the nozzles that, of course, they're arranged in high density. It's possible to eject, a very small drop of only 3 picoliters.
Okay.
And the arrangement here is 4 rows of 300 NPI, and that supports, resolution of 1200 DPI, which I think really allows us to meet the needs of markets where image quality is critical. With that small 3 picoliter droplet as well, I think smooth gradation and the ability to reproduce images with small point text and thin lines is possible. So I think this printhead really can contribute to enhanced image quality offering.
Okay.
The second feature is high productivity. So the laydown volume here is what's important.
Yeah.
The laydown volume is approximately twice that of the GH2220 model. I say maybe GH is not a predecessor, but it was the head that we had in this space. But yeah, so twice the laydown volume of the GH2220.
Comparable
and
to
even
MH
though
series.
it's small, with the 5400 series, so the Gen 5, it's on a comparable level. So it does make it possible to build a compact and highly productive printer using this technology. Furthermore, I think if you wanted to print 600 DPI with one color, you can achieve huge speed advantages. Up to 200 meters a minute can be possible with this printhead. As you may have noticed from the video, you've got those 4 rows, 300 MPI. Each nozzle can be driven at 40 kilohertz or up to 40 kilohertz binary, but you can manipulate which rows you're using. So if you were to use A, B, C, D each row, the nozzle alignment is such that rows A and C discharge in the same straight line. However, if you were alternating the drive, A and C, that's when you can achieve the maximum 200 meters per minute speed possibility. So this I think is really ideal for those high speed variable printing applications such as QR codes or wider coding and marking applications where speed is critical. And the third feature is that of flexibility. So flexibility in ink compatibility is, of course, hugely important. It's important that this thin film head can operate with that wide spectrum of inks, UV, water, solvent, etc. But flexibility in this case also means how you can use those inks within the printhead. So TH5241 has separated flow paths for each channel. That means that it's possible to use this printhead with up to 4 colors, each at 300 DPI. Therefore, a CMYK color printer could be constructed with just one single head. So I think that's quite unique and very relevant for today's price sensitive, low to medium end scanning markets for wide format, label, or textile application.
That is the market you're focusing with this head. Okay, very good. Interesting.
So I think in summary, there are 2 major solutions offered by this printhead. First of all, it's possible to enable the development of compact, high quality printers across many different application areas. And secondly, it contributes to cost-effective, value-added printer development, critical in today's competitive landscape. And this makes it, I believe, a printhead that can solve many of today's current market needs.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And we hope that today's audience can see that opportunity and they will want to learn a little bit more about what it can do for them. Okay, so last but not least, I think today's presentation will be available. If anyone wants to learn more about anything that they've heard about today, of course, they can use the links on the screen, or they can scan the QR codes with their smartphone to get access to the video, to the introduction site, or to find the contact details for RICOH sales reps in their regions, which we look forward to receiving and engaging with over the next weeks and months. But if I could just summarize some key takeaways from what we've heard today, the message that I want to put out to the audience. The message really is that RICOH, we are more than just a printhead specialist. You know, we're actively driving inkjet usage across many different markets, analog to digital.
Mhm.
We're using our own technology and our own expertise to drive the RICOH brand into industrial markets, as are over 200 other OEMs around the world.
Mhm.
And importantly, we have the technical expertise and support in every region to support our customer developments.
Mhm.
So I think these should be the key takeaways from today's session. But perhaps more importantly, they should be the keys that RICOH can provide to unlock the potential and deliver value to our potential customers' next projects.
Okay.
So I think thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to share our message. Thank you to everyone for your attention during the last so just over 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That concludes everything from me.
Yeah.
I hope it's given you Ono-san, a better understanding of our industrial print business.
Yeah.
The way we work, the way we want to become experts, analog to digital transition leaders. But yeah, maybe there's an opportunity for a few questions.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Graham. At first, for great presentation. It was very clear and easy to understand. Yes.
Thank you.
So yeah, I have some questions before I pick up from the audience. Audience has raised some questions, but before that, okay. I start with some very general question I'm raising to everybody who joins this kind of webinar. So again, you mentioned that you touched the COVID situation today. So what is the impact of that COVID on your business, RICOH business, maybe in particular in Europe where you are living?
Yeah, maybe I won't touch on the wider RICOH business because the office business has been hugely impacted in some ways. But actually, it's brought great opportunities for working together anywhere technologies. So remote sharing and that office services business, has performed exceptionally well during this crisis. But more closer to home in an inkjet perspective, in industrial printing, yeah, of course it's had an impact. I talked during my presentation about the fact that actually our customers are continuing to work. So R&D projects are continuing to accelerate. So it's been really important that we've maintained the level of support infrastructure to get our customers to keep them through that process. So you know from your background in Printheads that a lot of the testing that has to be undertaken, zero compatibility tests, ink soaking, these are not processes that you can switch off. So when the head is soaking in an ink and it's in an oven at a certain temperature, there are parameters you can take to mitigate against the situation. So we maybe turn the temperature down in those ovens so the test stretches out over a longer period of time. But our support infrastructure has always been there to make sure that we are supporting all of our clients in the best way possible. But I think one of the key areas that I've recognized from COVID, and this is across many different application areas, is there's a realization in many areas that there's been an over-reliance on China in the supply chain. So for large industrial volumes, whether it's textile or furniture, all of those decor papers or textile volumes being produced in China and then shipped around the world, that model doesn't work anymore. So I think if I go back to IMI conferences over the last 10 years, they've always been talking about reshoring. Bringing volume back from huge producers like China, bringing the volume and the technology to produce that volume closer to the customer, closer to the market. So I see a lot more of that happening now in multiple vertical sectors.
Okay.
So decentralization on a global scale.
Okay.
And I think we'll see developments moving in that direction as well. So the high speed, single pass, very wide systems that might be applicable to textile or decor, they might not be relevant in the market anymore, because not every customer has the capacity to accept 100 million square meters of output.
Yeah,
a year.
that's true.
Their volume might only be 10, 15, 20 million square meters.
Yeah.
So they can do that themselves on a local basis. So I see that over-reliance. I see that this COVID crisis has really helped to focus those supply chain issues for our industry.
Okay.
And I think the other important factor of COVID is that we've really changed our communication protocols.
Okay.
So platforms like JI Virtual Mesa have been so important to help companies like RICOH to stay connected with our market. Of course, we have customer relationships, and we keep those open all the time. But those new customers, those new prospects, people who don't know us, this is a great opportunity to speak to multiple people in one go, when we can't go to the traditional exhibitions. So thank you very much for setting this up.
No, thank you also from my side. That is exactly you hit the purpose. That okay, we want. I would like once played in inkjet field, so I would like to offer everybody joining inkjet have some opportunity to keep your presence. So okay, FESPA yesterday announced another postponement, or not not postponed. It's a cancel this year, and they will set up a new one. 2021 in Amsterdam in next April.
What? Yeah, same time as Drupa.
Maybe 1 month before.
One month.
Yeah, end of March, something. Yeah, but I still appreciate very much the live exhibition. I love it. So I want to join there. I want to meet people. I want to talk with people and opinion or information exchange.
Yeah.
But I found this kind of a virtual opportunity, virtual exhibition, webinar or something, as not competing with live. So
but it proves that you can do it. It proves that you can, and we've been doing lots of technical product demonstrations to our customers as well. So not just talking, we've been doing physical technical demonstrations to customers through online platforms, and they've worked extremely well. And we've tried other platforms as well. That we participated with FM Futures on their event as well. That's worked very well for us. And so getting engaged and trying out these new technologies, I think just proves to everyone that there are different options available to us all.
Okay, that is a good point to raise another question, but you have already half answered. Yeah, because I wanted to ask, okay, this kind of COVID crisis that hits everybody, not just only RICOH, but also my former company or any of your similar industry players. So having said, what is the maybe special point of RICOH? I think you have already half answered, because you are very active in utilizing this kind of new opportunities, like FM Futures Virtual Summit. It was interesting, and like this Japan Inkjet Virtual Messe. So I just checked the number of the people access to every company's site. RICOH is way ahead of others. So I think
that's very, very good to hear.
Yeah, very active to promote, and also even train your colleagues, RICOH internal friends and colleagues, maybe dealers, to join this, and using this kind of opportunity more for yourself. It's good. I found it.
Thank you very much. Yes, no, we appreciate it. But you know, I think it's really important that you don't sit still.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
we're always looking to ways at new ways to engage
Mm.
with customers and to keep those channels of communication open. So
Yeah.
we weren't gonna allow COVID to stop that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you know, having entrepreneurs like you setting these events up works hugely to our advantage.
Yeah, I still remember, Graham, that I was joining the webinar that you were one of the panelists in your future summit, and they are talking about what kind of opportunity or live event should how it looks like in after COVID. So um, my impression or your speech was very impressive because okay, we don't wait until somebody offers something new. We will do whatever you believe it is right now. So we
Absolutely.
don't wait. I think it is very, very positive and powerful message to everybody. Was good.
Thank you.
Okay. Now some question about the product you explained. Okay. I understand from Gen 5 to Gen 6, same architecture, same dimension, same size, and same pin setting and same board. You can drive both. I think it is a great opportunity for the Gen 5 users to switch over from step by step to Gen 6. It is good. And my question then, what is the key difference between thin film? It's as powerful as a former Gen 5 level, and double to your existing product. So if you have real salesman or maybe sales engineer, there is a one customer, how do you offer thin film or metalhead MH?
Well, I think maybe we would talk about low to mid industrial environments and true industrial environments. So low to mid industrial environments, I would perhaps classify as wide format or textile environments where the mediums are relatively straightforward to use. Typically we're dealing with vendors who are developing cost-effective scanning printers. And I think that's really the sweet spot for where the new thin film head can offer the most advantages. I think when we talk about industrial, we're talking about real robust architecture. We're talking about manufacturing environments that are not clean, where the robust architecture of something like the MH series or Gen 5, you know, really offers huge advantages. So uneven surfaces where actually the head isn't destroyed if you get a media clash. You know, these are the environments where you can differentiate between thin film and bulk piezo.
Okay. So now it is clear. So thin film for maybe scanning and low cost solution for entry to medium range, and the MH series is as it has been that for heavy duty single pass oriented or even scanning,
not only single pass. There could also be heavy duty scanning.
Sure. Okay, thank you. Some questions from the audience. We pick up like this. Gen 6 supports circulation internally. So ink circulation, Gen 6.
Not yet. So this version of Gen 6 does not support recirculation, but neither did Gen 5 when that came to market. So Gen 5 launched, and then sometime later, the iteration was given to launch Gen 5 F and MF with recirculation. So today, all we're talking about is Gen 6 without recirculation.
Yeah, but actually, that my experience. I should not touch too much bad things about other people. That circulation is not always a must item. So
no, you're right.
Some company who started with circulation in order to differentiate their product to other existing straightforward jetting. So I think circulation. Okay, but even without circulation, the head works almost perfectly.
Yeah,
Only a
I mean,
very
circulation of course, offers advantages in some areas.
Yeah.
If you've got high particulate ink, that's at risk of sedimentation, or you've got an ink that you need to maintain a particular temperature. Of course, circulation offers advantages.
Yes.
But if your ink is stable, and if you don't have high particulates, then it's not necessary. So even products as popular and successful as our VC 60 and 70,000 continuous feed range, they don't use recirculating heads.
Okay.
Because there's no need for them. And of course, if you don't need recirculation, why develop all of the infrastructure, an ink system to accommodate that? That just adds cost.
Good.
Unnecessary cost in some cases.
Oh yeah, sometimes. So maybe your message is don't wait until RICOH starts offering circulation. You can change already now.
Indeed.
Okay. Good.
Indeed.
And number 3 question. Can you share? Number 2 question. How many nozzles does TH5241 TH Thinfilm? How many nozzles? Nozzle number?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, maybe you can just offer some QR code to download.
So we'll get it on the QR code, but so it's 1 inch at 300 MPI, so it will be 1200.
I think it is available. So dear audience, you can download.
It's 1 inch, so 300 nozzles per inch times 4 rows, 1200 nozzles.
Okay, good.
Simple maths.
Good. Yeah. And number 3 question is, can you share this presentation in PDF to the audience?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, there's no reason to stop that. But,
no reason. Nothing confidential in there.
Okay. Also, YouTube is available. YouTube link is available. Maybe RICOH is going to share the YouTube link later. Good. And next question. Oh, it's good. It's busy. I cannot start.
Not yet.
Okay. Could you explain key thin layer technology and manufacturing differences compared to previous GH or MH series?
I think that's too in depth for today. Maybe we get one of our production guys on another call, but sales guys don't get involved in production techniques.
Okay. And the last question from the audience: can we run Gen 5 and Gen 6 in the same system with single control board? For example, bigger particular fluid with Gen 5 and detailed small point with Gen 6. Okay, Gen 5 to cover some rough image, and Gen 6 to cover with a very fine image. Do you think it's reasonable? Do you think it's possible?
I think it's an interesting question. It's not one that has arisen to date, but previously we've had customers who have been putting Gen 5 7 picoliter and Gen 5 small picoliter in the same carriage to do exactly that. So when you're operating at high speed, you use the 7 picoliter drop to get the density, and you use the 2.5 picoliter drop of Gen 5S to get the fine detail. So feasibly, it's the same concept as what the questioner is asking here. So it's a nice idea, and of course one we would look to support.
Okay. My experience says I think it is not a good idea to mix the different head, even though this is the family product. So I think that makes.
I think we have people doing it very successfully.
Okay.
And I think
Okay.
it makes complete sense. You know, if you're running a web at 100 meters a minute, you're not going to get the laydown you need with a small drop. But equally, you're not going to get the density you need. Sorry, you're not going to get the laydown or the density you need with a small drop.
Okay.
But you're not going to get the detail you need with the large drop. So if you combine the best of both,
okay, that's good.
I think that's the advantage here.
Yeah, if you have already some success story of this kind
Yes.
of mixture, it's good. Yeah, that is nice. Next question. Oh, busy today. Okay, Gen 6 lifetime is 2 times more if you compare to the Gen 5. How do you prove that?
Well, we obviously, I mean, you know, Ono-san, that we do you know, huge amounts of testing with fluids. So material compatibility tests where we simulate the aging process by soaking either component parts or the whole head in a fluid, in the ink, at high temperature in an oven over a period of time, and that's a simulation technique that is pretty standard across the industry. So that's how we get our data, and then we take those components out at key stages through that soaking, and we peel the layers apart, and we measure the tensile strength at certain periods to see the level of degradation between the layers and the bonding adhesives that keep them together.
Yeah, that's interesting. Good. My experience again that I had one conventional head and I had one improved head with a lifetime in a similar technology in the laboratory is 2 times more durable than this one, old one. But majority of the cause of the damage of the inkjet head returned to me is not came from the inkjet head structure. It came from the traffic accident. We call it a traffic accident.
Yes.
It's a media hitting and scratches. So I think.
Of course, you can't control that, and you can't control the customer maintenance regime either. You know, so automatic maintenance is great. You know, because it cuts out the maybe human error of wiping the head. So automatic maintenance is always preferred, and that, you know, in the presentation I talked about, you know, the coatings on the nozzle plate, and typically even with Gen 5, you know, they're tested to 50,000 wipes, you know, without seeing degradation. So, you know, very high performance.
Very good. Okay, it looks like the last question. Is it you have MH5240 and MH5241. So what's the difference for 0 and for 1? Is there any?
So the 1 is just the next iteration. So a 0 is the original design. When you have a 1 at the end, it's the next iteration of that product.
Okay.
So maybe an enhanced version.
Enhanced version. Okay. Yeah. I think it is always happens. So during first launch and some feedback and some improvement or upgrade, and then small number is changed. The last number digit changed. Yeah, it happens.
Indeed.
Okay, Graham, it was great to have your presentation, and enough question. I believe enough question is covered. So
thank you very much.
Just a moment. What time is it now? Is it? It's close to
almost 10 o'clock.
Yes. Good. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
So now,
is this German beer?
No, actually, this is Italian martini. Asti martini. It's a Schaumwein. That's with a bubble.
Well, enjoy.
Thank you. So again, thank you very much for joining.
No, thank you.
Webinar.
I enjoyed it very much. Thank you.
Yeah, great. So have a nice weekend.
And you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
So, gentlemen.
Yep. Is that okay?
I'm not sure if we are alone, yes or no. I'm not sure because he has to Ono-san has to stop the session. Fantastic.
Shall we go on? Shall we go on to a Teams call?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I log out here and I call you by Teams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.